behind-the-scenes machinations of Hercules and Xena. Bars closed.
The next spin-off, Xena, Warrior Princess, was another breakout hit, capturing audiences' imaginations with a blend of mythology, martial arts, and special effects.
One brush with Hercules, and and it was all over for her. She quickly jumped onto the right side of the tracks and walks about the world trying to make amends, I guess, trying to salve her conscience, because she's done some extremely wicked things.
What are you doing?
Bye, boys.
But for producer Rob Tapper, the formula for the show's huge following is simple.
I hate long flights.
I think most importantly is probably that we tell interesting little stories that everyone can relate to, and they have action and adventure, and they're set in a different world. And when they first came on television, I don't think there was anything quite like them.
New world from scratch. That's probably the biggest challenge that we've had thus far. Everything from the props, the costumes, the set design, everything has to be manufactured from scratch. Coordinating all the artisans and technicians and everything together to mount the kind of show that we've mounted down here has been a mammoth undertaking, to say.
In addition to cutting-edge action, leather, and cleavage, morality plays an important role in the popularity of both Xena and Hercules series.
It has an immense impact on young women, which is thrilling. You know, it's not that I want to be a role model or anything, but this is going to appeal to everybody.
Hold it right there. I'm coming to get that baby. And anyone who tries to stop me is going to eat my sword.
Family.
Xena's mystery. There's a certain mystique. She doesn't give out too much. You don't know too much about her thought processes.
How's about you and me have some fun?
No thanks.
Oh. So now you're playing hard to get.
I think the character of Xena is somebody with a dark past, and that is trying to make amends for their ways. And that allows us to tell stories that are dramatically interesting.
Well, I take it you're not looking for a kiss.
No. I want your heart.
You're not my type.
Most of the female superhero shows over the last, 20, 30, 40 years have all been a woman who is completely and totally on the side of good. Xena certainly has a dark past to her, and she struggles with good versus evil within herself all the time, and I think that makes her a much more interesting character.
So, Xena, how's about that kiss, huh?
A native New Zealander, Lucy Lawless stands an imposing 6 feet tall with jet black hair and penetrating blue eyes. But in spite of her physical credentials, Lucy never expected to capture the role of Xena.
I didn't audition for this. I had played several parts in Hercules, and the woman who was supposed to play it fell out at the last moment. When she fell out, the producers, Rob Tapper and Sam, said, well, let's just get Lucy Lawless. She's there, we think she can do the job.
17, take 1, A only.
Action.
I just count my lucky stars that they did.
Cut.
My nickname at school was Unco. I have never had great motor skills until this job, and I've been beaten up so often that my reflexes have gotten good. So that pleases us. And we have to enjoy it and laugh a lot, because this is our life, 14 hours a day, and life goes by pretty quick, if you're not paying attention.
And with the television premiere of Xena, Warrior Princess in New Zealand, Lucy's personal life is just as action-packed.
I get recognized a lot in the supermarket, but the advantage to playing this character is that she's slightly intimidating, you know, so I don't actually get bothered. It's all nice stuff. Straight off the mark, I would have thought that what thrilled children about the show is the fantasy and the action. But it's becoming more apparent to me that they like seeing a woman who is tougher than tough.
The young girl who met up with Xena when she was just a young spring chicken and decided to follow her along and tell the stories of Xena.
Look, Gabrielle, if it's me you're worried about, let me reassure you. Seeing you happy will make me happy. And if that means settling down with Perdiccas, then you have my blessing.
Eventually she's grown to be more of a best friend, of a sister. But she loves to tell stories. She's very romantic. She has learned how to fight with a staff.
Gabrielle, get your staff ready.
Centaurs?
No.
She's pretty good with the staff, but when it comes to any type of self-defense without it, she needs Xena to save her still.
Both Lucy and her character Xena serve as the perfect role model for Renee O'Connor.
I've been inspired by watching Lucy. I've taken up boxing and rock climbing and been working with nunchucks and a staff just on my own. It's so much fun.
Renee also has fun throwing around the New Zealand lingo.
I call my costume a Kazi. Mosquitoes are now mozzies. I hit Lucy and say, "Good on ya."
Focus of her struggle is the evil Callisto, played by Hudson Leek.
My family was killed by Xena and her warriors, so I come back with a vengeance. Actually, I'm what Xena used to be, except I've gone to an extreme where I kill women and children. So I come back in this scene. After they put me in jail, I come back in this episode and I just terrorize her again, any way that I can.
And with 12 to 14-hour days, rigorous stunts, and winter setting in, Lucy and Hudson sometimes find it a little tough to get through the day.
Oh, it's definitely uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It cuts into you a little bit. And it's rather small, and it's in the middle of winter right now. But it's very creative. They did a wonderful job. I look like a dominatrix, don't you think?
As Lucy's gone over your head, you've turned, gone over her head.
I couldn't do all my own stunts because A, some of them are too dangerous. B, we just don't have time. So if you don't see my face, there's a good chance it's not me.
Give me that.
I can do kicks and things and swords and stuff, but I can't do flips and I can't run around the room on the walls, you know.
Stay down.
We've got these wonderful stunt women. My acrobatic double and my stunt double, who is a karate champ. And they just do a wonderful job. So Xena's a really composite character. Like I said, it's 90s television. It's egalitarian. Everybody gets their butts kicked. Excellent fighting.
Lucy is taking matters into her own hands.
I don't think of her as a warrior. I think of her as just a working woman. A working stiff. I've been doing a lot of kung fu training and it's really paid off, and it makes the fights really exciting.
And the character animation, based on how the editors have cut the sequence together, we then hand off the background plates to each of our animators, and they perform the task of actually giving the 3D creature, the computer creature, some life.
This here is a 3D model in the computer that I can actually pose to a different position by moving the bones. This highlighted section here is a bone, and I can actually, with the mouse, move this wing up and down and create a performance in the computer.
What is it? That's a dryad.
What we try to do here is actually create or simulate what was actually shot. I know it's hard to see in this black and white, but there's some action back there that we actually have to match to.
The action is then rendered out by Everett Burrell in our rendering area and keyed out and delivered as separate elements. Color, what we call a matte, which holds out the color element so that we can put it into a background.
While Doug and the other guys are animating, I take that opportunity in those weeks to actually paint the models and get them to look right. I really wanted this thing to be, I mean, they're coming from an old cemetery and they've been in the ground a long time. I wanted them really dirty and the surface of the bone to be real pockmarked, as if it, had been through, mud and real weather-beaten kind of situation.
All those elements are rendered and then delivered to Kevin Kuchaver, who supervises our compositing area.
I pretty much handle all of the compositing issues, which is taking all of the jigsaw puzzle pieces, putting them together into the final composite and trying to make the stuff look like it was actually photographed by a camera. Most of what I do tends to revolve around trying to get that feeling that you're really looking at something that's shot there with the actors.
Xena on the Avid, and we edit Hercules on the Lightworks. These are computerized editing systems. By editing on a computer as opposed to 35mm film, which used to be common, it enables us to see things instantly, to cut the shows together much quicker.
To give you an idea of how the post-production process works, we'll follow it from start to finish. First, all the live-action scenes are shot on film. This includes any stunt and second unit work needed for the scene.
Kalisto has done a backflip. Whack. And action.
Then it's up to the editors to combine it all into one seamless performance. In the editing bay, creative decisions are made as to what visual effects, sound effects, music, and other elements are needed to tell the story.
I long to see you wailing over the body of your friend.
What you see at home is the result of all the decisions that are made along the way.
The most important thing, again, in cutting the show together is telling the story and moving the story along and creating the illusion of reality that this event that people are watching is really happening. It was a lot of fun cutting the chariot race together. There were a lot of different choices to be made by the editors. And as far as the sound goes, it was the whole sequence had to be looped because of the noise of the chariot. In the Foley, sound effects, the music. It's combining all of the different phases of post-production into one final audio track.
That you just have to make something that you believe in, and we just try to make a show that makes us laugh.